Last day we are discussing about this
Years per
capitalized value, capitalized value, and years purchase. No, capital value and then years purchase.
Sir, you have told that the assessed value it was recorded at the government's notebook
Oh,
or
then
logbook.
then okay, then capitalized value years purchase I taught already.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
But I have a problem that in assessed value it is the registered value to the government's logbook. But if it is registered 10 years before and now the value is has been the value of that land is changed. So, but the government has the old money record, the old record of the old value. So how it is okay with the time reference?
Hello.
Yes, sir. We are on
Hello,
the
sir.
page.
Okay. So today,
Sir, I have a question.
yes.
Yes, I am telling that the assessed value which is registered to the government, does that value changes with time?
Somebody who has unmuted the phone. Actually, I must tell everybody, you please mute your phone. Only the person who is asking the question should unmute. Okay. Otherwise, there are a lot of noises. Okay. Just ask me the question.
Yeah, I am telling that the assessed value does it changes with time, which is registered to the government? Because
Already,
before,
I have told this is the duty of the government. Say again, I am telling. Say your value, you after passing engineering, becoming a civil engineer or becoming a registered member of the valuation, you can determine your valuation. They मेरा घर का तो valuation 2 crore. Government may register in their assessment, say 5 years back, that no, it is 1.5 crore, they have not updated. So they will be charging tax on the basis of 1.5 crore. Now you being, yeah, you are thinking that I'm senior, I have assets, it should be 2 crore. That means you, as a good citizen, you're thinking that government is charging less there from me. Why should they are charging less from me? I must pay more. In that case, you send an email to the corporation, mere corporation, that you see, I have seen that my valuation should be more. I should pay, and I am willing to pay 2 lakhs per month, say 24 lakhs per year. But you are charging only 15 lakhs, so it is not reasonable. So you please charge me 24 lakhs. You please recalculate. Government will come, definitely come. Okay. Right? But there should not be any problem with valuation because valuation is changing day by day. And definitely government is not having so much infrastructure that daily they will be going to everybody's building and calculating. So they are calculating sometimes on the notional value, sometimes on the unit area value, sometimes even government, they are allowing the citizen, you declare the valuation of your property at yourself on the basis of some thumb rules. Now, normally in Kolkata Corporation also, people are declaring their valuation at their own as per the format as submitted by the corporation. Now, corporation, prima facie, they are checking whether it is correct or not. If they are finding no, there is some mistake, so they will be recalculating and they will be calling the person on a day, you please come here, and they will be asking him that your valuation is, say, X, but our valuation is Y. Y is substantial more than X. So, if you have anything to say, you say that is called hearing. After one or two hearing, again government will calculate in their register. On the contrary also, say in your case you are asking the government is charging less. Now normal case is that people are claiming, demanding that you see I'm having in a very old building, but you see government is charging more, 50. So in that case, if you are not happy with the asset value of the corporation, you may go to the corporation, you may write a letter to the corporation for revaluation of your property. That is,
Yeah, but that should not be done for the for our benefit
no, no,
because
no,
that
no,
is
no, 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 no.
actually
I am telling you. Say, often what we are finding, I'm telling you, it is a very good question. Often people are thinking that our building is very old building, but they are charging much more. So in that case, you are having every right. You can write a letter. And nowadays, it is through email also possible. Write a letter to the that is not the corporation. That is part of the corporation. That is the assessment collector. Okay. So assessment collector, you should write a letter. You see, this is my holding number. This is my building number, and it was constructed or purchased say 20 years back. So, but you are charging right now this much. So I believe that it is on a higher side. So please reassess. In that case, definitely within time span, not on the very next day, but within a month or 2 months, you'll be receiving a notice from the assessment collector. They'll be asking you for hearing, and when we will be going to the assessment collector's office, you'll be finding that two or three renowned persons who are outsider, who are not the employee of the corporation, who are outsider, the renowned valuer or some engineer. They will be forming a committee. They will be asking you that why you are not satisfied. So they will be listening to your views, and accordingly they will be narrating their views. And again, normally what is happening, I've seen in so many cases, if you raise an objection, normally government or corporation, since they are government, say for the people, say try, say if they say impose say rupees 1 lakh per year your assessment tax. So you are raising a question and you have raised, they said if this is my building, it is very old, I must be charged not more than 50,000 or 60,000. They will be hearing from you, and after that they will be giving some discount. They may not charge 1 crore. In that case, they may charge 90 lakhs, 80 lakhs, and they will explain you. Okay. Normally, they are doing this thing because the corporation is also knowing that dealing with the huge public demand. So they will have to negotiate with the public if there is any sorts of disagreement between the corporation and the general public. Okay. So now little bit uh, we'll be studying about year's purchase, then we'll be going straightway to the problem. Last day one problem we did, na? Hello?
Yes, sir. I saw
Yes, sir.
I to
That is
S.
the annual installment of sinking fund, I believe so.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, what I was telling you on that day, that capital value again, okay, it is the it is the capital amount required to be paid. Say a capital amount you are paying to receive a periodic payment in the form of return for indefinite period and definite period. You are withdrawing your cash amount, say 60 lakhs from the bank. You are investing a particular business, and through the business you are earning year after year. Okay. So in this case, 63 lakhs is the capital value. Again,
If
thereafter you
money is
learn.
kept on the bank also, then we can also get the
Yeah, yeah,
interest.
yeah. Same. Even you can deposit in the bank, say rupees 60 lakhs, you'll be earning in the form of interest. So in that case, your capital value is 60 lakhs. Okay. So what you have to do, that you are depositing the sum of money in bank, in business, in anywhere. For what purpose? Not for the charity, for receiving net annual income for a definite period or for indefinite period. If you are depositing in the bank and if you don't withdraw the money, so it will be for indefinite period, years after years. But if you deposit the money for some business, for purchasing some vehicle, for purchasing a building, so it will be valid up to the useful life of the life. So that case, we are saying that for a definite period or for indefinite period. Now, years purchase, in this case, now we are going straightway to derive the formula. It is the capital amount required to receive a annual net income of rupees 1. Okay, net income of rupees 1. So, say if I invest in, if say an interest of rupees, if an interest of rupees 1 is, okay, not 1 rupees, let me say I. I is gained per annum on capital of rupees 100. 100 रुपया बैंक में देते हैं, एक साल बाद मुझे मिलता है I रुपया इंटरेस्ट. ओके. We are going to derive the formula for year's purchase, because then we'll be able to calculate the value. Now, what is happening here? For obtaining rupees 1 per year per annum, you will have to deposit rupees 100. Now, just now I have defined year's purchase is the that much amount which will be deposited to get rupees 1 per annum. So, oh, sorry, again, I have rupees I. For obtaining rupees I have to deposit rupees 100. Then for obtaining rupees 1, I have to deposit 100 divided by I. So, now year's purchase 100 by I. Again, I am obtaining rupees I. If I deposit 100, so for obtaining I have to deposit 100. For obtaining 1, I will deposit 100 by I. Okay. Now, another little bit theories here, considering
Compound
reason
interest concept is not working.
compound interest.
If it is compound interest,
No,
then
no, no.
this.
I have not told you. Have I specified that it is in the compound interest? No, there are so many calculations. Simply, I have compound interest. I told you that is a sinking fund. It is the amount which has been set aside and deposited in the bank at a compound interest. That time, definitely you will be doing compound interest. This time, that rupees I, if I get on investing rupees 100, then for obtaining rupees 100 by I. So I think there should not be any problem. No? Okay.
Yeah, okay.
So what is the definition of the year's purchase? That amount of money which will be deposited to receive an annual income of rupees 1. So by definition, 100 by I, it should be called as a year's purchase. Now, again, so it is that is 100 by rate of interest. What is I? Rate of interest. Okay. In this case, I have not said that I is in decimal. I have mentioned that rupees I interest. So the formula becoming 100 by rate of interest. So in decimal, if I divide 100 numerator and denominator, I'll be getting 1 by this called IP. IP is called the interest in decimal. Means I divided by 100, we are getting IP. Okay. Yeah. CR, Shobhi, just take two screenshots. Okay. As usual, you are sending the entire list of participant that along with your screenshot from the laptop showing today's date also. Okay. And another thing, uh, just in our meeting with the faculty members, it was told that some roll sheet will be supplied in the soft copy, which will have to be filled up by the faculty and submitted to the university. So again, I will I'm having some query in that because I'm taking the screenshot of the entire participant. So it should be considered as enough. So if at all separate roll sheet in the form, just standard roll sheet of university is required, then I will tell you to pursue the concerned professor for sending the roll sheet. Okay. Now we have just now mentioned that years purchase, years purchase, 100 by rate of interest. Now, you please mention, write down a building, a machine, etc. becomes useless after certain years. That is at the end of its life. Hence, it is necessary it is necessary to make the provision of sinking fund. In addition, to the interest of capital invested. So in this case, we are considering years purchase. You will 100 divided by rate of interest. Okay, I'm writing fresh, afresh. Years purchase 100 divided by rate of interest on capital plus rate of sinking fund. That means it is coming. If I divide both sides, numerator and denominator by 100, it will be, previously it was 1 by IP, now it is 1 by IP plus IC. IP is bank rate of capital in decimal, and IC, you have already told that it is coefficient of sinking fund. Same coefficient of sinking fund. So now, in case where, say in case of land, I do not require any sinking fund. In that case, simply we will be writing, since it is land, so here IC equal to 0. So for land it will be 1 by IP. But for building, it will be 1 by IP plus IC. Okay. So we will be doing one problem with this to clear our doubts. Ankit Prasad. Problem. Work out the value of years purchase YP for an old building if its future life is 15 years and the rate of interest is 7% on capital and 4% on sinking fund. Very small question, easy answer. Now check. Work out the value of years purchase. You have to calculate the year purchase for an old building if its future life is 15 years and the rate of interest 7% on capital and 4% of on sinking fund. Solution. What do we know? That years
IC
purchase.
equals to I by 1 plus.
Same, exactly. 1 by IP plus
IP plus IC.
IC. Yeah. Now IC, same formula. IC, just calculate. I by 1. Oh, it is not coming here. Okay. Just let me. Yes. Okay, let me erase. YP 1 by IP plus IC. Yeah, IP mentioned like bank rate, that is 7%. And now IC, here small I is mentioned, 4% of sinking fund. Means it should be 0.04. So just tell me what is the value of IC? The formula is I divided by 1 plus I to the power n minus 1. In this case, the future life is 15 years. So small n equal to 15. So I see, what is the value of IC? Shobhit,
0.0499.
0.499. Okay. So IC we are getting,
0.0499.
yes. Now again, one good question was asked whether I will keep 0.0499. Okay, I can keep, or I can simply write 0.05. Huh? Both are same. The answer will be a little bit different, but for our purpose, you can write, simply take this value, or since point 0, then both are 9, I can simply take 0.05. Anyway, so IC is 0.0499 and IP equal to 0.07, because IP in decimal, 7% is mentioned, means 0.07.
So does this have any unit?
Which one?
IC or IP? I mean IC.
No, IC is the coefficient significant. Okay. So only thing is that uh, IP, yes, IP, we, the interest is 7%. So 7 by 100, it should be 0.07. Now what we are getting then YP equal to 1 by IP equal to 0.07 plus IC equal to 0.0499. Tell me.
8.34.
Yeah, 8.3. Everybody finished?
Yes, sir.
Problem. Next problem. A leasehold property
So it is the value in rupees.
YP. Years purchase is not rupees. Years purchase, it is divided by actually years purchase. Value equal to net income in rupees, it is years purchase. It is means that income into this much years purchase. So it is also having no this, it is also just like numerical value, it is like coefficient. Okay, I'll be showing you what is the implication of years purchase. Okay, after just one or two problem. So just now do. So years purchase we will be dealing. The answer is the 8 point. No, what is the years purchase? 8.34. Okay, years purchase is the 8.34. But what is the implication? I will be showing you. The next problem: a leasehold property is to produce a net income a net income of rupees 12,000 12,000 per annum for the next 60 years. What is the value of the property? Assuming assuming the landlord desires a return of 6% on his capital and sinking fund to replace the capital is and the sinking fund to replace the capital is also assumed at 6%. The problem is a leasehold property is to produce a net income of rupees 12,000 per annum for the next 60 years. What is the value of the property? Now it is given, then the landlord desires a return of 6% on his capital. So this portion, that is this 6%, it
Is the
is
value of
nothing but,
small I.
tell me,
It is the value of the small I.
it is this 6% is the rate interest on capital, means IP will be 0.06, and this 6% bottom, that sinking fund to replace the capital, it is the small I of IC. So just this problem we are doing to identify both the interest, assuming the landlord desires a return of 6% on his capital. So how I will get return on my capital? Means if I invest the bank capital in bank, I will get 6%. So it is 6% means the rate of interest on capital. So it is not sinking fund. So in that case, IP we have told you IP is in the decimal. So 6 by 100.06. And then and sinking fund to replace the capital. The sinking fund to replace the capital. So for sinking fund, our formula is I equal to I. Our formula is the IC equal to I by 1 plus I to the power n minus 1. In that case, small I is mentioned as 6%. So it will be also 0.06. Okay. So let's do the problem. Here, years purchase 1 by IP plus IC equal to 1 by IP already given 0.06. Now calculate IC. IC equal to 0.06 divided by 1 plus 0.06 to the power n. N it is mentioned that future life for the next 60 years. 60 minus 1. So what is the value? Shonil?
Yes, sir, I'm doing, sir. Just a second.
Okay. What is the value? Jyotirup?
Yes, sir, I am doing, sir. So just a minute.
Okay.
1.86 into 10 to the power minus 3.
Tell me.
1.87 into 10 to the power minus
0.8
into 10 to the minus 3.
0.0018 আসছে
0.0,
0.0018.
yeah, same thing. So I see 0.0018, then years purchase 1 by 0.06 plus 0.0018. How much?
16.18, sir.
16.18. Then value. In this case, not only years purchase, you will have to calculate the valuation. Okay. Now we know that value your net income into years purchase. Net income in this form question it is mentioned that rupees 12,000 per annum. It is not mentioned whether it is net or gross. Okay. In some questions, you will finding that it will mention that the gross income is 12,000 and thereafter some deductions will be mentioned. So if I mention it is a gross income, okay, then you will have to consider some sorts of outgoing. What are those outgoings? I'll be telling you. So you should either you should consider that considering no outgoing, so gross income equal to net income. Simply you can write down net income, or you can consider that considering 10% of the gross income becoming outgoing. So our net income is 12,000 minus 10% of 12,000. The value will be net income. But in this problem, I mentioned that net income 12,000. So no problem. 12,000 into years purchase. We have calculated 16.155. What it is?
So 16.18.
Okay, 16.18. Okay, no problem.
19393.
193.
93.8.
19393.
0.8.
You have multiplied 12,000 into 16.18.
Yes, sir.
19393.8.
Yes, sir.
Sir, 194174.
194.
194. 194.
160.
Okay,
194160, sir.
actually, this figure is not correct. Another one more digit will be there. Okay, let's check it.
194174 sir.
Whatever may be, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 digit before the decimal. Here it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's why let's check this. Okay, it should be either this 194160 or 193,930, then point 8. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Sir, you are not audible, sir.
Oh, I see. Sorry, sorry, sorry. No. Again, let me start. Have you written the depreciation means decrease in the value of a fixed asset due to its use and or the lapse of time. Depreciation normally arises because of wear and tear of an asset due to the two factors. What are
Sir, why?
those factors? Pardon?
Sir, the warranty are.
Wear and tear of an asset. Okay, right down. Wear and tear of an asset due to the two factors. Okay, number one factor is usage of the asset. Lapse of time. Sorry. Usage of the asset, lapse of time. Just let me say something. Say, why depreciation? Say, I have purchased a building just today, a brand new flat I purchased in South City Mall at the cost of rupees 2 crores. So, why depreciation is being considered? Say, right now it is fully furnished, totally brand new. So, I am getting the entire satisfaction, the newly painted everything. After 1 year, I'll be finding that it is okay, but some furnitures maybe I feel that the satisfaction I was receiving during the time of purchase, that is 1 year back. Right now, I'm not getting that much of satisfaction. The furnitures are some of the furnitures may started giving some trouble. The building I've seen the paint, it is becoming fade. Okay. After 5 years, I finding some hair cracks have developed in the plaster. Though these are negligible, being civil engineer, we know hair cracks are very negligible. But say again, I'll have to make some paint. After 10 years, I'll be finding so many plumbing materials, kitchen taps, big cogs, they are not functioning properly. This means due to age and due to lapse of time, the materials they are losing their value. The building, so satisfaction which I was receiving just on the date of purchase or during the 0 year, first year, second year, it is being decreasing day by day, years after years, and I have to put some maintenance cost. So by investing 2 crores, I have purchased one flat. Due to passage of time and due to use, again I have to invest something in the form of repair and maintenance. So government had decided why not give some relief to the owner of those properties in the form of depreciation. So they have devised this depreciation formula that you see your valuation will be depreciated. So right now you have purchased at the cost of 2 crore, so you'll have to make the payment of tax and property tax and others at the rate of 2 crores. But after 5 years, if we calculate the value, there will be some depreciation. Say it is coming as 1.5 crores. You will have to make the payment on the basis of 1.5 crore. So that means some sorts of reliefs are being given to the owners in the form of depreciation. The logic is behind is because after 10 years of purchase of building, the building cannot give the same satisfaction which it was giving during the date of purchase. Similarly, say by investing 30 lakhs, I have purchased one four-wheeler Jeep, brand new Jeep from the showroom. So I am having so much satisfaction in so many forms. It is not giving any trouble. It is going peacefully. We are enjoying. My family is enjoying. Again, another satisfaction that in my neighborhood, nobody is the owner of a Jeep four-wheeler. So many people are owner of the Maruti Swift Desire. That is also a big satisfaction. Neighbors envy, owner's pride. Sorry. Sorry, 1 minute. Okay. So what we're discussing that uh, so I purchased brand new Jeep vehicle. I'm using. So for the initial 2 3 years, though due to the tire, initially they have certified the Jeep company that the tires are for those will not be changed before 2 lakhs kilometer of running. 2 lakhs kilometer of running. Say after 1 year, I have traveled already 40,000 kilometers. So tires are becoming, there is some wear and tear. Their life will be 2 lakh kilometer minus 40,000 kilometer. Okay. The maintenance period, they have told me you will have to change the mobile oil. Daily I am referring the oil because without oil I can't run. But mobile, say after 5,000 kilometer, again after 10,000 kilometer, and then and during increasing the age, due to its age, so my some sorts of maintenance have also started. So the satisfaction which I was receiving on the date of purchase or during the first few years, first year, second year, that will be not equivalent the satisfaction which I'll be receiving after 5 years, 6 years, say after 7 years, rigorous maintenance have started. Say after 10 years, I'll be thinking why I will incur so much money for maintaining this car. So I'll be finding some alternative way. Why not selling it to True Value of Maruti and purchasing one seven-seater vehicle? So this is the reason. So now the main interesting is that I have explained everything regarding the usage, but if you don't use the vehicle, if just after purchasing the vehicle, you keep the vehicle in your garage and you seal the cover. Say today I purchased one vehicle in the morning, so we are celebrating. चलो ये गाड़ी को लेके कल पटना जाए, परसों दीघा जाए. लेकिन today night I may receive one email from my IT company that you will have to come to Singapore for 2 months project work from tomorrow morning. So they will be sending a ticket. Tomorrow morning I will be going. So I may think, अरे मैंने तो एकदम नया एक तो कार खरीद किया, 2 महीने बैठ के इसका, चलो इसको एक काम करते हैं. I may fix एकदम screen, say glass screen in front of the garage so that there should not be any possibility of entering dust also. मेरा गाड़ी तो एकदम चकाचक रहेगा, dust भी नहीं जाएगा. There has been no use. I left India. I joined Singapore. After 2 or 3 months, I'm coming back to India, and then I may think, you see, a Jeep vehicle, now I'll be interested for another vehicle. So I will ask somebody, देखो मेरा गाड़ी तो मैंने खरीद किया था 3 महीने पहले, ब्रांड न्यू था, मैंने तो यूज नहीं किया, देखो एक डैश भी नहीं किया, उठे रख दिया. But the person will tell you, you see, your vehicle right now it is 3 months old. It is not the brand new. So you will never be getting 30 lakhs. It will be 30 lakhs minus depreciation. Your book value will never be 30 lakhs because passage of time. You see, if Even if you don't use the vehicle for 2 years, you can keep it. But you will be getting, after 2 years, if you start driving the vehicle, you will never get that satisfaction which would have been obtained during the initial stage. Because if you don't drive the vehicle, then there will be some other problem. And for reselling the vehicle also, the owner, the purchaser will check, वो गाड़ी कब का मॉडल है, अच्छा आप 2022 का मॉडल आप 2024 में बेच रहे हो, and you are claiming that you have not used, okay, your tire are fine, but already two years has lapsed, so the value will be a decreased value. This decrease in the value, we are calling it as depreciation. Okay. So there are methods of calculating depreciation which we should learn. So, anybody is having any question regarding this concept of depreciation? So, whatever we have taught, that for the usage, definitely, if I use a vehicle, if I use a machine, if I use a building, there will be some sorts of depreciation. But if I don't use, even in that case, due to passage of time, there should be depreciation. Okay. Now, number one method, a very simple, widely used straight line method. Here, it represents the method of providing for depreciation by means by means of equal periodic so it it represents the method of providing for depreciation by means of equal periodic charges over the assumed life of the asset. Now, let me rest it. Most of the people, they are practicing the straight line method because it is very easy. Now, what I mentioned, straight line method represents it represents the method of providing depreciation by means of equal periodic charges over the assumed life of the asset. Okay, say if I consider capital C equal to cost of a machine. Okay, a machine, an article, anything equal to rupees 2 lakh. Say R say R equal to residual value. This residual value means salvage value, means scrap value, whatever may be. Means after expiry of the useful life of the machine, the residual value will be R. R equal to, say we consider rupees, it is of 2 lakhs, no? Then we consider it is say 4,000. N estimated life of the machine equal to 20 years. Then depreciation formula is the, what is the original cost? C minus what is the remaining value? R. So what is the decrease in the value? Original C minus R. It is the decrease in the value. Original cost C. Now after expiry of the useful life, I'll be getting the remaining value capital R. So what is my decrease? Capital C minus capital I. And this decrease has not been done all of a sudden. This decrease has been done throughout the life of the asset. So it should be divided by N life. So this is the formula C minus R by N. Okay. So if I just calculate the value, what will be the value? C 2 lakhs, R 4,000 in 20 years. What will be D? It is, just tell me. D equal to C minus R by N. C equal to 2 lakhs. What is the value of, what is the value? C 2 lakhs, R 4,000 in 20 years.
9800.
Rupees 9800, and it should be per year because I have divided the amount by number of years. This is per annum or per year, whatever may be. Means this machine which I have purchased at a cost of rupees 2 lakhs and which is having a residual value of 4,000 after 20 years in being depreciated. Depreciated at a rate of 9,800 per annum. অভিজ্ঞান জানা? Have you done this?
Yes, sir.
So now it is clear that then just tell me what is the value after 1 year? Today I have purchased at the cost of 2 lakhs. After 1 year, it will be depreciated by 9,800. So after year 1 year, book value will be 2 lakhs minus 9,800. It is clear also. After 2 years, it will be depreciated. After 2 years, then again it will depreciate by 9,800, means 2 lakhs minus 2 into 9,800. So if we calculate for 20 years, we will be finding in this fashion after 20 years the the entire I will have to calculate the depreciation, and if I deduct the depreciation from the cost after 20 years, I will be getting the result is 4,000, which is the residual value. Okay, we'll be showing you here. No, just write down under the straight line method. The amount of depreciation to be charged is constant. The main disadvantage is that the charges made during the later period are high as compared to the services rendered services rendered by an asset. However, because of its simplicity, because of its simplicity, this method is very popular and is extensively used. Now, I mentioned here one thing. The main advantage at the bottom of this is that the charges made during the later period are high. And why I mentioned? Because, say, I purchased that car, that Jeep car, at a cost of rupees 30 lakhs. So, if I consider that 2 lakhs will be the depreciation per year, say, we have calculated something like that. So, after 1 year, the value will be 28 lakhs. After 2 years, 26 lakhs. Okay. So, say 5 years, after 5 years, 5 into 10 lakhs. So, it will be costing, value will be 20 lakhs. So, after 5 years, I'm asking somebody an offer for selling the car. He may offer say 20 lakhs, 22 lakhs, 90 lakhs, whatever may be. Okay. Say after 15 years, the depreciation will be 30 lakhs. So just after 14 years, depreciation will be 28 lakhs. But you see, if life of the vehicle is 15 years, so a vehicle having 13 years life and 14-year life, there will be hardly any difference in obtaining the service, because 13 years old car is also old car, 14-year-old car, it is also old car, 15 years is also old car. But even during that period also, in this method, we are charging 2 lakhs depreciation at a flat rate. It is mentioned here. Actually, it should not be in that fashion. It should be like that. When I am receiving more satisfaction during that period, that is the earliest stage, depreciation should be more, because there is very much difference between a brand new car and 2-year-old car. There should be difference. But if I go to purchase a very second-hand old vehicle, I'll be getting the vehicle 12 years, 13 years, 14 years age. Value is almost same if the conditions are equal. There I cannot ask, अरे भाई थोड़ा depreciation तो लगाओ, because that period the satisfaction already that has been decreased, the satisfaction. So the remaining satisfaction, that will be more or less unaltered during 12th year or 13th year. If at all, it is within the useful life. If it is a junk condition, that is separate. Okay. So economists have told that you see in the initial stage your satisfaction is more, so you should charge per year depreciation more. एक साल खत्म हो जाएगा तो इतना सारी चीज तो खराब हो जाएगा. But when your vehicle 15 years old or 14 years old, that is immaterial. But even in that case, with the application of this statement method, you are charging equal amount which was charged during the initial stage. So it should not be logical. But in spite of all these things, disadvantages, this method is very popular because it is very simple. Just you can calculate 1 or 2 minutes without obtaining any calculation in the sheet. Okay. Now let us do another problem. The same problem we will be doing using this method and thereafter other methods also, and ultimately we will be observing what is the result of the same problem if I apply 2 or 3 types of depreciation methods. Why we are learning this thing? Because ultimately, after learning these methods of depreciation, then we'll have some knowledge that for a particular asset, what method to be applied for depreciation. For building, you can apply straight line method, but for refrigerator, for a water pump, we shouldn't apply straight line, because those are not dependent. You will never get any life or a pump mentioning that iska life है 10 years. No, it will mention say such 50,000 working hours. So there we will have to adopt separate formula, separate method, because those are not depending upon the years. Those are depending upon the how many hours are running, how many hours you are operating on those. Generator is mentioned that it is for such say 80,000 hours. So after 80,000 hours, automatically it will be converted into junk. You may use 24 into 7 a generator. Then the use will be extensive. or I may use just per day 2 hours, 2 into 7. Use will be not so much. So due to less in use, in the second option, it will be lasting more. So let us take another problem. Take a problem. Same. A machine was purchased at rupees 80,000, assuming salvage value equal to rupees 10,000. After 5 years, calculate depreciation for each year. For each year, adopting straight line method. Okay, here it is given considering. No, right now we do okay. You know, considering 6% interest. Now the question is that a machine I purchased 80,000 cost. Salvage value. Salvage value, as I have already told, in our problem, salvage value, resale value, scrap value, remaining value, residual value, same. Salvage value is 80,000. Means if I sell it, I'll be getting 80,000 after, definitely after expiry of the useful life. Sorry, salvage value is 10,000. Yes. After 5 years. It means our life of the machine is 5 years. Calculate depreciation for each year. Okay. Just draw a table, 1, 2, 3, 3 columns. Age in years, age. Depreciation for the year, rupees. Book value. Now, age in years. Age 0. Now, here let us calculate that annual depreciation D equal to C minus R by N. What is C? Just tell me, Anusha, what is C in this case?
Yes, sir. So it is 80,000.
Yes. 80,000 minus R. Just tell me.
10,000.
10,000.
Residual value? Yes. Divided by N.
5 years.
How
5.
many? 5. Then what is the value? What is it? What is the value now? D equal to what is it, Rai?
Yes, sir. The value is uh,
80,000 minus 10,000, it is 70,000. 70,000 by 5, it is
for sub 14,000.
14,000. It is, that is the, either I write here annual depreciation, annual D, or I should write here rupees 14,000 per year. It is the per year depreciation. Okay. So depreciation for the year 0 means the year when I purchased. Say today is the what is the date today? First. Today is the 1st February. Is it? No. Today is the 31st January. 31st January I purchased one vehicle. So after expiry of 1 year, then I will calculate depreciation. But during before the 1 year, the 0 year means up to up to 30th January 2023, it will consider 0 year. There should not be any depreciation because after expiry of 1 year, I will calculate depreciation. So 18 years means during the year of purchase, depreciation is 0. Book value, if no depreciation, then book value is the initial cost. Initial cost was I purchased at a cost of 80,000. It is clear now? Okay. Now, Arundam Maji, when age is 1, what will my depreciation? Just tell me. Everything is done in your, uh, even in my tab also. When age is 1 year, say age 1 means Arundam Maji.
Depreciation 14,000. So 80,000 minus 14,000.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So depreciation is 14,000. Then book value will be 80,000 minus 40,000. It will be 66,000. H2. Again, depreciation per year, it is constant. I mentioned that you see it is constant for second year, third year, fifth year also. This is the main disadvantage because economists are saying that at a later stage, it should be lesser amount. Okay. Now, in this case, 14,000, again deduct 66,000 minus 14, what it is coming?
52.
52.
50,
2.
52.
52,000. Again, third year, 14,000. What I am getting?
38,000.
38,000. Okay. Fourth year,
24,000.
how much?
24,000.
24. Yes. And fifth year,
10,000.
10,000. Now you see, I mentioned the problem that salvage value after 5 years 10,000. We have got this salvage value. Yes, after 5 years, the book value is 10,000. It is the salvage value. Very simple problem, but try to understand what I was telling that in the question it is mentioned that salvage value 10%. And we have checked it. Yes, after 5 years, the book value is 10,000, which is the salvage value. So is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Then we'll be proceeding to number 2 method. বিশাল মণ্ডল, এটা ঠিক আছে অঙ্কটা?
Yes, sir.
বোঝা গেছে তো?
Yes, sir.
हर्षित केशरी, क्या ठीक है क्या?
Hello.
केशरी,
Yes,
हेलो
sir.
केशरी.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you understood? Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes.
সায়ন ওঝা, সায়ন,
Yes, sir.
you got the point? Now
Yes,
it is
sir.
clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let's delete the. Okay. Now, number two method. It can be done today. Reducing balance method. In this method, the asset property, the asset or property जो भी बोलो is assumed to lose value annually at a constant percentage. Percentage of its value. That is value. Okay, just 1 minute. Okay. Yes. What is mentioned? It is mentioned that in this method, the asset or property is assumed to lose value annually at a constant percentage of its value. Say in my previous case, we have told you that it was a constant amount. Okay, because in the problem which we have done, we have seen that 14,000 was the depreciation rate for each year. It is a constant rate of depreciation. Constant. Now, in this case, it is told that depreciation will be at a constant percentage, not constant amount. Say if the initial value is 10,000, if depreciation is 10%, then after for the first year, depreciation will be 10,000, 10% of 10,000 is 1,000. book value will be 9,000. Second year, 10% of 9,000 means 900. So 9,000 minus 900, 8,100 will be the big value, like this. Okay, it is not the constant amount, but the rate of depreciation will be constant. Okay, so let us derive the formula. Let P will percentage rate of annual depreciation expressed in decimal. C, as I have mentioned earlier also, it is the original cost. Same. Is the original cost. So, okay, we have, let us express SC, S suffix C is the scrap value. N, life in years. Have you written here? Write down. P equal to percentage rate of annual depreciation expressed in decimal. C, original cost. S suffix C, scrap value. Earlier I was mentioning R, same thing. N, life in years. Okay, in that case, we can say at the end of first year, the value will be C into 1 minus P. If the value be rupees 1, P is the percentage rate of annual depreciation expressed in decimal, means it should be in decimal. So if the value be rupees 1 and if P be 8%, say, then 1 minus P will be 1 minus 0.08. 1 रुपया के लिए अगर यही से होगा, for 2 rupees into 2, for 3 rupees into 3, for C rupees into C, this I mentioned. At the end of first year, value will be C into 1 minus P. Is it all right?
Yes, sir.
Similarly, at the end of second year, value will be C into 1 minus P square. Because C into 1 minus P is the value. Again, it will multiply by 1 minus P, C into 1 minus P square. Third year, C into 1 minus P whole cube. At the end of any year, at the yes, end of n years, value C into 1 minus P for n. Okay. Now, it is that at the value of at the end of n years. At the end of n years means after expert of useful life, it is C into 1 minus P to the power n. It is correct. But I have mentioned in the notation that SC, S of C, it is the scrap value. That means SC should be equal to this. So let me write. It is the top. Let me write. That means SC equal to C into 1 minus P to the power n. Sorry. It is alright now? We have calculated at the end of n years, value is becoming C into 1 minus P to the power n. And in notation, I mentioned that SC is the scrap value. What is the scrap value? That is the value remaining after expiry of n years. So SC equal to this. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Again, let me write SC equal to C into 1 minus P to the power n. So here, just calculate what is P. Just calculate. इससे P कैसे आता है? P क्या होता है? ये बताओ. What is the value of P? Just do it. Bikash Kumar. Let's calculate the value of P from this equation. SC equal to C into 1 minus P to the power n. Because,
Yes, sir.
just tell me, okay? Shubhanil Ghoshal.
Yes, sir.
Just calculate the value of P from this equation. SC equal to, you see, okay, again I'm writing 1 minus P to the power n, it is coming SC divided by C. Just tell me P. What I will write, just guide me.
P is equal to 1 minus SC by C raised to power 1 by n.
Ekdam. Absolutely correct. So I may write in this fashion 1 minus P equal to SC by C to the power 1 by n. Then P equal to 1 minus SC divided by C to the power 1 minus n. Now it is okay to everybody.
Yes, sir.
So this is the formula.
Yes, sir.
In the straight line formula, we got D equal to C minus R divided by N. It was a straight line. Here, P. What is P? P, I mentioned percentage rate of annual depreciation. Okay. Now, in this case, one limitation is there. Just you please write down. In which case, we will never use this formula for our real life valuation. I'm mentioning. Just only one problem is there. Write down this formula does not hold good when SC 0. If the scrap value becoming 0, then we will not use this formula. Actually, previously, when we were student, like you, we were thinking where our Professor Shom was taking the classes. Sir, just give us any example where SC or remaining value or scrap value 0, because everything, each and everything was having some residual value. But in this stage, you will finding all the IT components, most of the IT components apparatus, they're having 0 scrap value. They are treating as junk. So for those purposes, for valuation of those articles, we will not use, because in that case SC will be 0. Okay. Now let us use this formula for calculating that problem. Same problem. So what is the problem? Now here, the same problem as you have mentioned, written. A machine was purchased at 80,000, assuming salvage value to be rupees 10,000 after 5 years. Calculate depreciation for each year. Earlier I was mentioning that using straight line method. Now you write down same formula, same problem with reducing balance method. One thing, this reducing balance method is also called by another name. Is also called as constant percentage rate method. Constant percentage. Because in this case, the percentage rate is constant. Constant constant percentage rate. They write down this thing, okay? Because in some cases you'll be finding, you'll be asked to do the problem with constant percentage rate method. Means reducing balance method. Same. Okay, let us try. Now our solution here, just write down P, that is the percentage rate of annual depreciation expressed in decimal. The formula is 1 minus SC by C to the power 1 by n. 1 minus, in this case, just tell me, what is the SC? সত্যজিৎ, এসসিটা কত লিখবো?
10,000.
সত্যজিৎ পোদ্দার, না শাহিদ রাফিকে তো বলিনি। সত্যজিৎ পোদ্দার, আচ্ছা শাহিদ, টেল মি।
10,000.
10,000. And C?
80,000.
80,000.
80,000. To the power 1 by n, 5. What is the value coming? Just tell me. শুভনীল ঘোষ, ঘোষাল।
Yes, sir. The value is the value is 0.97.
Just check it.
Once, yes, sir.
0.34.
0.34. Ghoshal, you just take it, okay?
Yes, sir.
There may be some mistake. It should be 0.34. Okay?
Yes, sir. 24.
So, if the value is 0.34, what is that? Is the 0.34 percentage in decimal? It means 34% actually. In decimal, 0.34. Now we can write here in the same fashion as in the theory we have mentioned, that is value of property.
Sir, the bracket will be after the, yeah, after the minus sign. That is the,
Oh, sorry. Yes,
that,
sure. I mentioned.
12.
Yeah. It was my fault. No, definitely. Now it is okay? 1 minute, sir.
yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. The value of property at the end of first year. It should be C into 1 minus P. So C, you have already told C is 80,000 into 1 minus 0.34. What should be the value? Just tell me. Okay?
Five two eight zero zero.
So my value will be rupees 52800. Okay. At the end of 1 year. That is then depreciation, because we will be filling up all those data in the table. The depreciation will be, original cost was 80,000 minus, now the value becoming 52800. So depreciation rupees, what is the balancing figure? শান্ত, ব্যালেন্সিংটা কত বলো? 80,000 minus 52,800. শান্ত পাল। শান্ত? ওকে। সত্যজিৎ পোদ্দার, আছো তো ক্লাসে? No response from Shanto Satyajit. Okay. Rohan Malik? रोहन,
Yes, sir.
रोहन कत कितना होगा? 80,000 minus 52,800.
That 27200.
হ্যালো
আমার?
হ্যালো স্যার, শুনতে পাচ্ছেন?
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ
স্যার আমি হ্যাং করে গেছিল মাইকটা।
ঠিক আছে, এখন এখন শুনতে পাচ্ছ? বলো এটা কত হবে ডিফারেন্স?
স্যার দাঁড়ান, স্ক্রিনটা রিফ্রেশ করতে হবে, ওটা হ্যাং হয়ে গেছে
আচ্ছা
আমার।
ঠিক আছে, তুমি করো। ইয়ে রোহন,
Sir,
what is the
আরেকবার
amount?
বলুন, sir. 80,000 minus 50. Oh, sorry, sir.
It is mentioned in the screen না?
হ্যাঁ, sir.
তুমি দেখতে পারবে, এখনো আছে, আমি বুঝিনি ওটা।
Sir, 28,000.
So depreciation is coming 27,200. Okay. After 1 year. Again, in similar fashion, value at the end of second year. It is C into 1 minus P square equal to, tell me the answer.
34,000,
হ্যাঁ
34,848.
একদম একদম ঠিক বলেছো। এটা করছি, হ্যাঁ একটু লিখে নিই। 80,000 into 1 minus 0.34 square, এটা আসছে রুপিস 34, কি বলে 850 না? 850, জাস্ট চেক
স্যার
ইট।
848 এসছে আমার।
হ্যাঁ ঠিক আছে, ও ওকে, অলমোস্ট
ওকে স্যার।
নিয়ারিং টু equal. So value at the end of second year, it is coming. Therefore, I can again write depreciation. The book value was second year. The book value was, we have mentioned in the top of the screen, 52800. 52800 minus value is coming now 34850. Why decrease? Due to the depreciation. So what is the difference? 52800 minus 34850.
17950.
17950. Okay. So this is the depreciation for second year. In this fashion, we will be calculating depreciation for third year, fourth year, fifth year. Okay. In your exam also, I am telling you, you need not mention all the calculation. Just you do up to second year. I may ask you depreciation up to 7 years. So third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, so much time, waste of time. Balance you can write in the table only. You can calculate in your calculator. Just you show me the calculation up to second year. Okay. Otherwise, it cannot be assessed whether you have done knowingly or unknowingly. Okay. So you must show the calculation for first year and second year and so on. So if there is any confusion, if there be any confusion for calculation of depreciation, anybody can ask me. It is nothing. I have just the value at the end of second year, it was 34850. Value at the end of first year 58000. Why is the decrease? Why is the decrease in the value from 52800 to 34850? It is due to depreciation. So depreciation means differential amount. Differential is the 17,950. Okay? I believe it is okay. So let me erase the screen and straight away we will drawing the table. Now the table is, it is in years, depreciation for the year, it is in rupees, book value, rupees. Okay, so this problem again from Friday, on Friday we will do this problem. Okay, then we will proceed towards simplify. No problem. Okay, so Shobik, you have taken the screenshots, no? Okay, thank you everybody.